Hill had another yard or two, he would have been gone for another touchdown.
Oh, he would have been gone. He would have been celebrating that record. He would have been celebrating 6 more points. But, you know, football is a game of inches. This isn't such a terrible throw to Timoteo, but you see if he just gets another step or two on his defender, then he's going all the way.
Back to live action as McMilton, he fires it to his intended receiver. I believe that would be number 80 for Mililani. That's Roman Tovey, and it's slightly overthrown. But let's check it out, the last play on the replay.
Yeah, instant replay right there, and he's trying to squeeze it out. 3rd and 10 play coming up.
On the 20-yard line as Milton again back to pass. He takes off with the ball. He's on the 25, the 30, the 35, and he races out of bounds at about short of the 40-yard line. Gain of about 20 on that play, and he gives Mililani that needed first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, when a quarterback identifies the open field that quickly, like Mackenzie Milton, and he gets out of the box that quickly, just look at right here. He looks at his first read, his second read, and then it's like, boom, I know how I'm going to get the first down. And it was his recognition where he's able to recognize the play and recognize the field so quickly that got him that first down.
1st and 10, ball on the Mililani 39-yard line, and he hands off to Malapai. Malapai bounces into the Punahou defense, and he gets a gain of about 3 on that play.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. Malapai coming in, approaching 1,300 yards, leading the league in rushing. And you look at this replay right here, and they just try to get him isolated against the Mike linebacker right there. And he's brought down by number 7, one of our favorite guys over there. Look, and it looks like we have an injury right now on the field.
Credit 4 yards for Malapai in that last play. And yes, we do have an injured player. That would be number 79, Jordan Agasiba, the offensive lineman for Mililani. And as we come, you know what, let's take a quick break with the score tied 7-7. You're watching the Aloha Stadium Stars Sports. Welcome back to Aloha Stadium. As there you take a look at number 79, that would be Agasiva getting a lift off the field, and Aloha Stadium fans showing their appreciation for the young man. And Jeremy, 7-7, 5:47 remaining here in the first quarter. We've had pretty much a tit for tat type of game.
Yeah, very much so. Both sides showing that they're pretty evenly matched coming in. I mean, heck, neither of the team has lost a game all year. They come with a combined record of 20-0. So the first loss between these teams will come today. So, I mean, you put 2 of the best and you get them you put them together, and this is what you get.
2nd and 6, ball on the Mililani 43-yard line. 5:29 remaining here in the first quarter. Milton waits to stop from center. He looks off to his left, and he fires to his receiver, number 9. That is Kanaya Wilson. Wilson gets down to the 10, the 5, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown. 57-yard touchdown pass from Mackenzie Milton to Kainoa Wilson.
1st to 30 is Mackenzie Milton, his 30th passing touchdown of the year, over 3,000 passing yards on the year, completing more than 70% of his passes this year. The guy's had the best season of maybe any quarterback on the island, and when you can hit that guy in stride, there's not much you can do. He's off and running for Mililani.
87 Mattis, his extra point is blocked, and that would be number 99. That would be Kao Matule making the block for Punahou. The 6'7", 290-pound senior making the statement block of that extra point. And like that, Mililani has a 13-7 lead, and that could play a difference as we come into later on to this game.
Yeah, you know, Punahou's defense, they're only giving up 160 passing yards a game. I think they've already given up that many yards so far, and we're only halfway through the first quarter. I mean, I don't know how Milton does it, but there's been some mistakes so far in the Punahou secondary, and you look at how number 9 got so wide open, Kainoa Wilson, and Kainoa Wilson gets in the end zone for the 7th time this year. So I'll tell you what, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and doesn't get a lot better than that. I mean, let's look at the replay right here. This is going to be the blocked extra point, and you can see that the direction of the kick was kind of a low line drive.
And number 9 just came up right up the middle and just said, thank you.
So he blocks that extra point. So for the moment, Punahou could take the lead on this next drive. But if I'm Mililani's offense, I've had 2 perfect drives to begin this ballgame.
There you look at the mascot for Mililani, urging the Mililani fans to get wild, as you know, to cheer for their fans as they lead the game 13-7 with 5:16 remaining here in the first quarter. Mark Matt is set to kick off, and Kalavai Noah, as well as number 24, that would be Ethan Takayama, set to return for Punahou. And there's the kick. High kick. Kalavai Noah takes the kickoff. He's at the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. He tries to get the outside. He bounces, makes a tackle, and is pulled out of bounds by number 44. That is Ma'a Tanuvasa, a name that has University of Hawaii royalty written all over it.
Yeah, there's a certain feeling in the crowd when Kanavainoa is returning and you see a little bit of space. All of a sudden, the whole crowd's into it. Kanavainoa's into it. I think all the way from here, I can see that look in their eye that whenever Kanavainoa has a little bit of space, everyone, the hair on their back kind of stands up a bit. And, you know, right now, he was stopped for return to the 40, but he was pretty close to taking that one all the way.
Back to live action, 1st and 10, ball on the Punahou 42-yard line. 5:07 remaining here in the first quarter. And the pitch around, that would be, again, that would be to number 9, Kanavainoa. Kanavainoa gets good yardage deep into Mililani territory. He gets pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Making the stop for Mililani is number 22, Tielo Mamea makes the stop.
Yeah, when you get the ball in Kanavainoa's hands, good things happen. You give him some space, you give him a misdirection, and this time we're just saying, hey, we're just going to get it to our playmaker around the outside, and all that green space, he just kind of gobbles it up.
Punahou in Mililani territory. 1st and 10, ball at the Mililani 33-yard line. Tuiloa waits to stop from center. And number 11, that would be Hosoda in motion. It hands off to, I believe that would be Noah, and Noah gets met by a sea of white. And making the stop for Mililani would be number 50, Rex Manu. That would be Talapapa, excuse me, that he was the one that had the receiving or rushing on that last play. Let's take a look at it once again, Jeremy.
Yeah, Talapapa is about 4 carries in this game. Not a lot of success, not a lot of open holes. You can tell that the main mission of this Mililani defense is to stop that balanced attack that features the 9.5 yards per carry, Wayne Talapapa.
No gain on the last play. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line of Mililani. Ball intended for number 11, Hosoda, but it is slightly overthrown.
Yeah, you know, Punahou at this point, they kind of like to go back and forth. They pick their favorites. This time they're trying to go to Heisman Hosoda. But this is just good recognition by Mililani. I'll tell you what, if number 26 maybe comes in or number 30 comes in a little sooner, that could be a pick 6 the other way.
3rd and 10, ball on the 33-yard line, Mililani. 4:17 remaining here in the first quarter. Tuiloa waits to snap from center. 4 wide receiver set. Tuiloa bobbles the snap. He takes off with the ball. He runs 30, 25. Gets tackled at about the 20-yard line. Making the stop for Mililani is number 1, Katapero Seimalu. Makes the stop, the 6-foot, 210-pound senior.
Yeah, Tulilo is not one of the guys who I would say prefers to run the football, but if he's asked to do so, he's certainly capable of doing it. I mean, he's a big quarterback, but you look in this situation, a broken play, and he just kind of has to take off with it himself. You know, I wouldn't call him the Michael Vick, or, you know, he's certainly not as mobile as Mackenzie Milton, but if you give him enough space, he will take advantage.
Absolutely, and there you take a look at an injured Mililani player. You know, Jeremy, as we come down with Punahou driving, if you're a Coach Ane, what would you tell, your quarterback, Tuiloa, what would you tell him what to do as we have the drive going?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell him that we saw this in the Kahuku game, and what happened in the Kahuku game, you threw 3 interceptions and you fumbled the ball. Now is the time to take care of the football, forget about all the miscommunications and things that happened, and finish this drive.
Okay. You know what? Let's take a quick break as we have 4:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Mililani leading Punahou 13-7. You're watching the Aloha Stadium Stars Sports. Welcome back to Aloha Stadium. As there you take a look at number 75 for Mililani. That's Kahewai Ka'avaha is the player for Mililani, getting a big hand from the Aloha Stadium fans. As we come back to live action, 1st and 10, ball spotted in the Mililani 21-yard line. 4:07 remaining here in the first quarter as Tuiloa waits a snap from center. 4 wide receiver set. He fakes the ball, hands up to Talapapa, and it's intercepted by number 31. That would be Taiapana Purcell. Purcell gets a huge gain. The 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10. It's a touchdown. 83 yards on that interception return for Purcell. He literally ran the gamut of the field, and like that, he gives Mililani another 6 points. And Jeremy, there's no flags, and that gives him 6 points right there.
Yeah, I just have an apology to make. Before the break, I said you need to take care of the football and not turn it over. I wish I could have put what I said into his helmet over there, some kind of microphone thing, because the very next throw he throws a pick 6, 83 yards. I'm not going to blame him entirely on that play because number 31, Taiapana Purcell, he was the real playmaker. That play doesn't happen without him.
Number 86, Mark Matt, is set to try the extra point as they wait the snap from center. He looks, he kicks, and the referee signal, good. And like that, Mililani is now up 20-7 with 3:45 remaining here in the first quarter.
And I'll tell you what, it almost seemed like as soon as he made that interception, he was destined to take it back. He had that look in his eye. He made kind of an Ed Reed-like return, shaking and baking and making guys miss, and he's taking it all the way back. When we were at this championship game last year, the score was 28-7 Punahou until Mililani came back. It ended up being their halfback who threw 2 touchdown passes to put them in that game. This game's a little different because Mililani's scoring from the get-go that their offense is capable of scoring, and they're capable of that explosion. And when you can make one of those plays against Punahou's offense, you kind of need to play a perfect game to beat Punahou, and so far they've pulled out all the stops.
Absolutely. As there you take a look at the Mililani cheerleaders, cheering their fans on, getting their fans wild, and there you take a look at at least the star for the moment, 31 Taiapana Purcell. He's cooling off. He basically said, all right, I got my team on the board, and we are now up by 13 with 3:45 here remaining in the first quarter. And like I said, if you were, again, Coach Kaliane, you got to at least, be a little worried, as you come back to the next possession.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, down 20-7, and unfamiliar territory for sure, because the thing about Punahou is despite all those turnovers, the offense was given chance after chance after chance, only down by 3 points. The difference between them and Kahuku is they're capitalizing off those Punahou mistakes. When there's a man wide open, I'll tell you what, they convert into a Kainoa Wilson touchdown. When he throws an interception, they score 7 points. They don't just get the ball back and then stall. Mililani is taking advantage of any kind of daylight that they've got in this game.
Again, number 9, that is Kanawai Noah, as well as number 24, Ethan Takayama, set to return for Punahou. As Mattes kicks a wobbler, and Punahou almost bobbles the football, and they were fortunate enough to recover it. Making the recovery is number 7. That would be La'akea Look making the recovery for Punahou.
Yeah, La'akea Look come up with a big-time spot. I'm not sure what they were trying to do there, if they were trying for an onside kick, because you notice that as soon as he kicked it, he wasn't carrying his momentum forward. He just kind of stopped and then flicked the ball up in the air. So maybe he's trying to kick it to the ump man, and they almost got the result that they wanted in another turnover.
Ephraim Tuiloa has it, 1st and 10, ball on the Punahou 41-yard line. Pass across the middle, and intended for number 11, Heisman Hosoda, but almost intercepted by number 22, Te'elo Mamea.
Yeah, and an interesting statistic, Tuiloa has 4 interceptions in the last 4 quarters. Before that, he only had 2 interceptions all season through 7.5 games.
2nd and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. 3:37 remaining here in the first quarter. Tuiloa waits a snap from center, and he takes off with it is handed to number 34. Or no, that would be number 16. Tuiloa kept the ball, and he's stopped by number 58. That would be Sergio Urena makes the stop for Mililani.
Good stop there. Big 3rd and 8, because if they don't get it here, I mean, it's only the first quarter, but Mililani already leading by 2 possessions. 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, ball on the Punahou 43-yard line. Ephraim Tuiloa waits a snap from center. 4 wide receivers set. Tuiloa looks off to his left, and I think we may have a false start penalty, but let's wait for head referee Robert Victor's call.
Offsides. Number 1 defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Well, as we expect a false start from Punahou, but guess what? Mililani gives Punahou a 5-yard gift, an offsides call. It now brings up 3rd and 3. Ball now on the 48-yard line of Punahou. Ephraim Tuiloa waits the snap from center in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set, trips off to his left. He looks off again to his left. He looks across the middle. Screen pass, overthrows his intended receiver. That would be Wayne Talapapa. And like that, Jeremy, we have another 4th down.
4th down, Punahou to punt. Mililani's done their job to every single extent. Now they're going to get the ball back, and if I'm Mililani, I just want to go on a nice long drive, run some clock out. You've established your lead. Now it's time to slow down the pace a little bit and establish, that you're the team that's playing better football right now.
Alexander Chupanovich set to punt the ball. High snap, and Chupanovich kicks it, and the ball bounce, takes a huge Punahou bounce, picked up by Bronson Ramos. Bronson Ramos runs around the field, and he gets about the 15, the 25, the 30, the 35, and is finally brought down at about the 38-yard line, making the stop for Punahou. That would be number 40, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to go down as about a 35-yard return.
48.
But he ran about, 120 yards? I mean, he came all the way to the left sideline. He literally reversed all the way around field, almost was stopped in his own end zone and got a little bit of daylight, but it was just enough of a stretch where he could just kind of tightrope the sideline and get out there. If it's not for that last line of defense, he turns that into a 100-something yard touchdown return.
Mackenzie Milton, the unofficial numbers, 3 for 8 for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. Milton with 4 wide receivers in the shotgun. He waits a snap. He hands the ball to Malapai. Malapai runs around, gets a huge gain, and is tackled at about the 42-yard line. Gain of about 9 on that play. Making the stop for Punahou is number 22, Robert Stratton makes the stop.
And now's the perfect time to go to Vavai Malapai, the bruising running back who can wear down a defense. You're leading 20-7.
Back to live action. Number 9, Kainoa Wilson was the recipient of that pass from Mackenzie Milton, and he gets into Punahou territory. Making the stop for Punahou is number 30, Jason Watanabe making the stop. And like that, like I said, Mililani is in Punahou territory at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10, and Milton back to pass. He looks, he runs to his right, fires across the middle, and is caught by number 7, Bronson Ramos. Ramos gets about the 15, the 10, And he's dragged down at the last moment, I believe, by, let's see if we can get a number for Punahou. That would be number 22, Robert Stratton. And if he doesn't make that tackle, Ramos would have been gone.
Look at this, running out to his left, throwing across his body. I don't care. People are going to say that's horrible mechanics. I think the stat sheet is going to say it turned out pretty darn good on the part of Mililani.
Ball now on the Mililani, Punahou 8-yard line as it is high over Timoteo's head, but we have another flag on the play. Robert Victor talks to his fellow linesman, waits the call.
Ball start. 80 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And they get set back 5 yards as in the false start penalty. First and 13, ball on the 13-yard line. Really first and goal, ball on the 13-yard line. Minute 29 remaining here in the first quarter. Mililani up 20-7. As Mackenzie Milton, he looks over to Coach Rod York, waits the signals from him. And Mililani really has owned this first quarter as, you know, as we come down to the end of the first quarter. As we come back, first and goal on the 13-yard line. Milton with a 4 wide receiver set, trips off to his left. And again, he passes the ball off to Timoteo, and like that, 13-yard touchdown to Kalakaua Timoteo, and Timoteo basically says, we're in. Another 6 points. 26-7, Jeremy.
Wow, Timoteo one-on-one beats the cornerback. How many touchdowns on the year? I think that's his second touchdown or his third touchdown in the game, as he is approaching double digits in terms of that. But just a beautiful throw, leading where only his receiver can do it. Wow.
Mark Matt is set to try the extra point, and it's no good as it bounces off the upright. The last scoring drive, 4 plays, 67 yards, capped off on the 13-yard touchdown reception. Minute 12 seconds on the last scoring drive, Jeremy.
Yeah, well, they're taking it to Punahou. The only mistake they've made is those 2 missed extra points. But 26-7, Punahou in absolute disbelief. The defense that's only given up 10 points per game has almost given up 3 times that in less than a quarter of play.
I'm trying to see if we can get updated numbers on Kalakaua Timoteo, as we were talking about earlier.
He's 5 yards away.
He's 5 yards away from getting the record for Division I receiving yards.
He started off, I believe he was 18, that was a 13-yarder. So
absolutely 5 yards away.
18 minus 13.
And Kalakaua Timoteo, he's like, I want back out there. You know, he's happy, he's active, he's getting the accolades, and like that, you know, Mililani has a 19-point lead with 1:15 remaining here in the first quarter. Mark Matt is set to kick off. Once again, number 9 as well as number 24. That would be Kanawai Noah, as well as Ethan Takeyama set to return for Punahou. And they wait the signal from the referee, and Mattis kicks his, and again, he kicks the squibbler down the field and is fielded by number 12 for Punahou. That would be Randon Oda. 42, check that. Number 42, Logan Williams, the 5'11", 190-pound sophomore.
Wow, a good piece of returning right there. I mean, I'm not sure what they're trying to do on special teams, kicking it to the ump man. But you can see there, getting it all the way out to about the 40-yard line.
And that's the second straight
That's the second straight squib kick, so I don't know. They're thinking of doing something on special teams.
Efren Tuiloa has it first and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line of Punahou. Tuiloa passes, and it is caught. I believe that would be number 9, Kanawai Noah. Kanawai Noah gets into Mililani territory and is tackled at the 48-yard line by number 22. Tielo Mamea makes the stop. Let's check it out here once again.
Well, he's their go-to guy. He takes a heck of a hit. Way to hold on to the ball. But if anyone's going to hold on and secure that play, it's Kanawai.
All right, unofficial numbers. Timoteo has 51 yards, 4 yards away from getting the record. As we come back to live action, I believe Efren Tuiloa, he passed to Hosoda, and Hosoda gets tackled at about the 39-yard line. And making the stop for Mililani is number 30, Ramsey Takadena. And again, we come back to live action. 1st and 10, ball on the Mililani 39-yard line. Tuiloa passes across the middle and is caught by Noah, and Noah gets tackled by the shoestrings at about the 28-yard line.
Well, good job by Kanavai Noah. The throw is a little behind him. He turns around and he adjusts his body to make this throw. He does a little bit of a spin as he makes it, and way to come back to the football.
26, Grayson DeMello makes the stop on that last play, and there you see the first down signal. And Efren Tuiloa, once again in the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set, Talapapa the setback. And he gets back to pass, he looks, and he's brought down for a sack by number 20 for Mililani. That's Jaron Zadlow making the sack on Tuiloa. But believe it or not, I believe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he had a gain of 1. Let's check it out here once again, Jeremy.
Yeah, look at this replay right here, and you know, just trying to do what he did on that last play, on that broken play, but really not able to escape the defensive pressure that is Mililani. And just like that, we are at the end of the first quarter. And I'll tell you what a score we have after a period of play, huh?
You would think, you know, coming into the game that Punahou would be the one with the 26, but Mililani has basically run the gamut. As, you know, Mililani coming into this game, they started out the season back in August with a huge victory over ILH's St. Louis, 62-48, I believe the final score was. And they basically have run the gamut. And let's talk about the stats, Jeremy.
Yeah, we have some interesting stats. The score 26-7, obviously, but the total offense, it's actually Mililani only has the advantage 206-203. Wow. So it's almost relatively equal. Both teams on track to combine for 1,600 yards of offense. We'll have to see if that kind of format would last or not. If that was the case, that would break all kinds of records. But you look at it, was probably the biggest play was the turnover. If they don't commit that turnover, maybe it's a 19-14 game instead of a 26-7 game. But all those passes completed for Mililani, 158 of those 260 yards passing yards. So it's been a straight-up aerial attack in that first quarter of play.
Okay, if I was if you were Coach Kaliani, Jeremy, what would you tell your team as you come in here to start the second quarter? What would you tell your team if you're Coach Kaliani?
I tell myself, hold on, we're in a bit of a barn burner. We really got to slow things down, and we got to take advantage of every single drive for the rest of this quarter.
Ball in the Mililani territory at the 27-yard line. Ball handed off to Talapapa. Talapapa bounces in there, and he's about the 15, the 10. He runs over several Mililani defenders and is finally brought down by, I believe, number 58. That's Sergio Urena that makes the stop for Mililani. If Urena doesn't stop Talapapa, I believe Talapapa would have been in there for the 6 points. First and goal on the 9-yard line. Once again, the ball handed off to Talapapa, and Talapapa is met by not 1, not 2, but 3 Mililani defenders. And one of the defenders is number 11. That is Palai Gayo